98.1 FM and AM 1220.
All right, so it is Thursday, December 28th here on your hometown station, and I have a special guest with me currently in studio, and it's a momentous occasion because it's our first time meeting in person every single time he's kind of called in. But I have Chris from August Roofing and Solar. Chris.
Good morning, Minji. How you doing?
I am doing amazing. Chris, how was your holiday break?
It was really great. Super busy. Had lots of family and multiple events. So kind of happy to get back to roofing.
Okay. All right. We talked a little bit off air about that, and it was, a hectic, even just to get, a few miles from one point to another point was just hours and hours.
Yes.
So I have to admit, I think I may have ruined my algorithm, my Instagram feed, especially talking with you, because now I'm getting like weird roofing videos popping up. And there's this one video of like there are these roofers and they're working on like this tile roof, and they're pulling off tile roofs, and all of a sudden there's a bat. They discover like a bat underneath one of the roofs. Yes. And then they keep pulling off more tiles, and all of a sudden they discover like a whole like nest of bats. Have you ever encountered, like, what's the weirdest thing you've encountered on a roof, or you're like, oh, I did not expect to see this?
Yeah, I experienced the exact same sort of thing years ago. It's a house out in the Somas area, which is out in a lot of orchards and stuff out there. A guy called in, and he had a very heavy accent, foreign guy, and I didn't understand. He was saying he had bats in his roof. But anyways, I get out there to take a look at it, and then this back in the early days when I was still estimating, and I got up on the roof, and every time I took a walk, I heard a step, I heard screeching underneath. The roof was filled, I mean, hundreds, maybe thousands of little tiny fruit bats.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we had to tear it all off, and then we had to seal up every tiny, because they're tiny and they'll just squeeze right in there, and we had to seal up every little tiny hole
like,
in that roof.
How did you even deal with it? Like, did you call in like animal control, or like how do you even deal with the bats?
No, what we did is I did some research on it, and I went and I got these suits for the guys and masks and everything, and I have some of my guys. I had this one crazy guy, and I mean he was picking them up. He had no problem when
seriously.
Seriously, he had pictures of them, like by the wings. So, but we took care of them, made sure they were safe, because there's a lot of the guano, which is can be very toxic. So we just that's a thing with roofing, especially tearing off old roofs. Sometimes there's a lot of really disgusting stuff, and you got to get it all away so you can put down a good new roof.
I see. Now this is just like evidence as to the kind of work that August Roofing and Solar does and goes through. Actually sits down, does the research. Oh, you got bats? All right, give me a few moments. I'm gonna go do my homework on what bats are like. So is that like one of the weirdest part, or is there something that you've come across a roof and it's just like, I can't believe you let it get this bad?
A lot of dry rot situations. One we had just recently, solar company come in, put a solar roof on it, and they had done what they call an inset and put down a shingle roof underneath it, and was supposed to be good, but they just let all the water drain underneath the tile and didn't do anything with the underlayment below. And the underlayment is there to keep the water from getting in your house, but it's not supposed to be wet all the time, and so it slowly rots. I mean, the tiles are there to shed a lot of water, and then the underlayment is there in worst case when you get some moisture through. So this poor lady, when we got there, everything looked okay, but once we took off, it was, I think it was like $12,000 worth of her house had been just rotted away. I mean, we had to rebuild part of it. So, that's Is there like a roofing material that's like superior to another one, or is it just really pure aesthetics? Well, they're all properly installed. They all work great. I mean, I like tile roofs. I like shingle roofs. There are some new type products on the market. I've been in this business 37 years, and I've seen all the new mousetraps come and go. I don't usually recommend them, but you put a good shingle roof on or a well-installed tile roof, and you're gonna enjoy years of good service.
Amazing. And there is this another thing that popped up on my feed. Again, I think I've ruined my algorithm here, where they were, and I'm not sure if this is like commercially available yet. Maybe you would know, where they integrate the solar roofs into like the roof tile itself. And so it's like they're one in the same, but it looks like a tile roof.
Yeah, they've been around for quite a while, actually. We've done a few. And what they do is they actually make the solar panel as the same shape and size as a tile. And so you just you don't put a tile in there, you put one of the solar tiles in there.
So is that like, does that work better? Because essentially you're just going to be covering your roof with like a solar panel, and that acts as the roof. Is that still okay? Yeah, no, they function really fine. The reason they're not more prevalent is that they're just the return on investment is just a lot longer. They cost more, and then they don't produce as much electricity per square foot. So a lot of time when you're dealing with solar, it's all about return on investment. Solar is pretty expensive. So how long is it going to be before I'm going to actually see savings on my bill, which is super important. Unless, of course, I do have some customers that are like, I don't care what it costs. I don't care what I save. I'm going to save the planet. So, there's that end of the spectrum too. But oh, yeah. Yeah. And so when we talk about roofs, because again, my feed is messed up. I don't know. Maybe solar is going to be the next one now that my phone is listening in. But roofs, what's like a good window to go like, okay, maybe I should get my roof kind of checked out. Is there like a 5-year window, a 10-year window, or is like, there are some people out there that are like, I haven't checked my roof since I bought this house like 20 years ago. Yeah. Is there a good window to kind of like check up on it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have customers that have us come out and check the roof every year. I mean, roofs are like engines. You have the oil changed in your engine, right? So roofs, you ask it to do something. You ask it to shed water for you day in and day out, year after year. And there are some things like cleaning out the gutters, cleaning out the valleyways, especially on tile roofs. If there's a broken tile up there, that can allow, again, the water underneath to degrade your felt faster than normal. So, it should be checked on a regular basis.
We've been talking to Chris from August Roofing and Solar here on your hometown station. He's been taking my roof questions because I've had my feed completely messed up with a bunch of roofing videos just randomly. Chris, what is the best way that somebody can contact you and they can bug you with their roofing questions?
AugustRoofing.com is a great way, and fill out a form and we'll get back with you. Or you can always ask Surrey to kill August Roofing and Solar.
Awesome. All right. So, Chris, thanks for coming in. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. And as always, have a great New Year. As a matter of fact, I'll see you next year.
Yes.
I'll see you next year.
All right. Sounds good.